Hey guys, Daily here, and welcome to my newest Let's Play, which, as you can already tell from both what's on screen and the title of the video, is Super Metroid. Created in 1994, it is probably one of the best games for the Super Nintendo, and at least a contender for best game of all time. So, we're going to play this, so we select it, no data, yeah, you can see we're going to go through the game with the English text, and just start. I've already got the things controlled.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
So of course we've got the opening scroll here. You can't go any faster on this. I first battled the Metroids on planet Zebes. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirate leader Motherbrain to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization. So, you know, Samus doing the occasional narration has a longer history than people think. No, I still don't like Other M, but it's not like Samus has never talked. I next fought the Metroids on their homeworld, SR-388. I completely eradicated them, except for a larva, which after hatching, followed me like a confused child. Yeah, so of course this is Metroid 2, and this is the end of Metroid 2. And it's not actually a coincidence that that kind of looks like an egg from Aliens. I personally delivered it to the Galactic Research Station at Ceres so scientists could study its energy producing qualities. And of course, you can see that she's got the older shoulder pads for some reason. Scientists' findings were astounding. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. Maybe. As, of course, everybody's studying it. Satisfied that all was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty to hunt. But I had hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. Ceres Station was under attack. Yeah. This game series actually has a lot of influence from the Metroid series. I mean, the iconic villain Ridley is named after the director of the movie Alien, Ridley Scott. So, you know. And here we are. As you can see, yeah, her shoulder pads are still they're a bit bulky. So we come down here. This is basically the tutorial area. You learn to jump and shoot and run. Yeah, there's a run button in this game. And that tripped up many a new player back in the day because, you know, run buttons weren't really a thing. You could run, but it was usually a secondary function of the B button. Not a completely new thing. So, yeah, lots of dead people, unfortunately. We come through here, and it's the Metroid hatchling just sitting there. We can't pick it up. Uh-oh. Yeah, hello, Ridley. You can fight him, but you can't kill him. The only thing you can possibly do is do enough damage to him to make him drop the Metroid. And as a result, you know, otherwise, if you hit him enough to make him drop the Metroid, he picks it back up and leaves. Otherwise, when you get down to 30 energy, he leaves. And we get a self-destruct sequence. It's a full minute, which at this point you really will not need anything else. Even a newbie shouldn't have too much trouble getting through here, especially if you know to use your run button. You know, it's mostly to get you used to platforming under pressure. Ow. Yeah, none of this actually, it'll knock you back, but none of it actually does damage. Jump, good. And now here we get, of course, the system showing off Mode 7, how they were able to, you know, tilt and sway things or massively rescale. The Mode 7 chip was basically a whole new thing, and it would let you do things with sprites like that, make them suddenly grow or shrink or spin. Planet Zebas. This is going to, I hope, be 100% run. If it turns out that the one particular missile expansion that always, makes my life a misery is too hard to get, I'll let you know. But it'll be 100% run. Which, given that my ability with this game is kind of not so good in some ways. I'm okay at this game, but I don't have any speedrunner tactics. For reasons I don't particularly want to go into, I have some minor neurological difficulties. All it really means is that I cannot do pinpoint timing or pinpoint precision things. My hands do not work that well. They work well enough for everyday life, they just don't work well enough to do things like the wall jump. I don't have the skill for that level, that small of a window of action. So of course this is where we fought Mother Brain the first time, way back when. I will probably eventually do Zero Mission, so you can see the original game, in something other than original 8-bit NES glory. Zero Mission is a very good update, I think. So, here we are. And of course, anybody who's played the first game recognizes this area. It's pretty faithful. Not exact, but pretty faithful. So we get the Morph Ball. They call it the Morphing Ball in this game, but it's the Morph Ball in every other game, so. And then we go this way. We want to go through here. And of course, that's a red door. We can only open those with missiles. 5 missiles. In the original Metroid and this game, red doors can be opened with 5 regular missiles or 1 super missile, which we'll get later. In Zero Mission, that was changed so that red doors were opened with 1 missile, which honestly is a lot less of a problem in my opinion. It just makes it a little easier to play. But we're not going through that. We could go through that door and get another set of missiles, but we're going to be back here a lot later, and I'm trying to go through this game as streamlined as possible. I'd like to get the best time on this game that I can. It probably won't be under 3 minutes. If it is, we will all celebrate. But since I cannot wall jump or do speedrunners tricks, and I am going for 100%, we're probably not going to get under 3 hours. There are lots of awesome speedruns of this game on YouTube. It is a speedrunner's paradise. So, if that's what you want, check that out. This game is deliberately, well, to quote my scrapped intro because it sounded too much like H.C. Bailey, can you not wall jump for shit, viewers? Are the mysteries of the mock ball closed to you? Basically, this is an LP for people who cannot speedrun. Because there really aren't too many of those on YouTube, and I know at least one of the ones I found tends to mock you and mock the whole idea, even as it's showing what you have to do. It's, not everybody can do those tricks, so I'm going to show off how you can still beat this game and hopefully very much enjoy it, even if you can't, even if you cannot, play the game in the fashion of the really impressive people. So we finished up down there. We'll be back. That's Old Turian, basically. This area that we're in now is called Crateria. And of course, now that we've set off the alarms, everybody's out to greet us. Since I am not speedrunning, I will often open up areas that maybe you wouldn't necessarily do. Like here. Yes, these guys are called Mellow, if I remember correctly. They're small and annoying. These guys are Rio. They're large and annoying. The problem with them is, of course, the extremely erratic patterns. And this is a map station. It gives us a map of Criteria, the area we're in now. These can be really useful. Speedrunners tend to avoid them because speedrunners have played the game so many times they know exactly where to go. But, I'm not going to show off all of them. There's at least one that I really don't feel is, the one in Norfair I do not feel is particularly convenient to get. So, I'm ignoring it. We're probably going to do this one right now. Oh, wait, no we can't. I forgot. So that's a save. Right above us, that S on the map, that is a save point. Speedrunners tend to avoid those too, because of course with speedrunner, if you lose five seconds of time, that can actually be, disastrous. So they don't take time to save, because honestly, if they die, they're better off just starting the whole thing over. This is not a speedrun, therefore I will probably save quite a bit. Watch out for those guys. They're scree. The guys crawling along are called Geemers. They're not Zoomers. They look like Zoomers, but they're Geemers, I guess. Zoomers and Geemers, it's really hard to tell the difference, and I'm not even sure the creators always know. So, we are back up to 5 missiles. And, of course, we come to a missile door. And now we're going to want to, let's see if this jerk will give us any missiles. Nope. Alright. So, of course, we've got in here a Chozo statue. The Chozo being, of course, the race of bird people who raised Samus and made her power suit. Now we've got bombs, of course. Chozo is actually a shortening of the Japanese name for them, which is Chojinzoku. And the word actually means superhuman. Chojinzoku means superhuman race. But it can be written, phonetically it is identical to bird race. So, excuse me, it's written as bird race, but is phonetically identical to superhuman. And this guy, I don't think he really has a name. And I'm totally stuffing this up, mostly because I'm trying to comment. The fans, at least, all call him the Torizo. Mostly because of the other reading of Cho in Chojinzoku can be Tori, bird. So Torizo is from an alternate reading of Chozo, so he's a Torizo. And of course, he's just a thing, but now we've got the bombs and we've fought our first boss. He's not very hard, and of course we're completely full up on missiles. And almost full up on energy. So now that we've got the bombs, we can go back down, back down the shaft, but we're gonna come back that way, so let's not bother. Of course, we come up this way. If you can wall jump, some people like to go up the other side of that shaft and not lose the few seconds of, that it takes to go through there as, by bombing. But, yeah. So, now that we can bomb, we can go through this wall. And, of course, we go deeper into Criteria. Criteria is, of course, a new area for this game. The original game, of course, only had Brynstar and Norfair. You started right where we got the Morph Ball, and the only time you ever saw the surface was the very end of the game. This game is obviously a lot more expansive, but they actually did a pretty good job of keeping a lot of the original game intact. So, yeah, we've got our energy tank, so that's fairly nice. Energy tanks, of course, add 100 bits, 100 pieces of 100 pieces, 100 energy to our total. And they also refill your energy completely. These guys are only vulnerable to the missile. Luckily, most of them will give you missiles. So, that's pretty nice. You can kill these things. Well, you can kill them. They will never leave anything behind, but of course, if you shoot them, they will throw out these little things. And these little things will, in fact, give you pickups. So if you need pickups, you might as well shoot them. Otherwise, just leave them alone. They can't hurt you. And now we get to go down here. And welcome to Brynstar. Specifically, the area known to the fans as Green Brynstar. Because, boy, is it green. And these guys are, I believe, Zeelas. Yes, if I remember. In the original game, you only saw these guys in Kraid's hideout. And that's a Ripper 2. There are 2 sets of Rippers. Rippers and Ripper 2. We're going in here. There's some missiles through that door, and I probably will get them, but here in a sec. But for the most part, there's a lot of things... Actually, I'm not going through that door. There are some missiles we can get, but there's a lot of things we can't get now unless we're capable of doing a very interesting glitch called the Mock Ball. You'll see a lot of speedrunners use it. But hey, we get the Brynstar map, and that's pretty nice. You can see Brynstar is fairly expansive. And we've already been, of course, to part of Brynstar, but, you know, we won't be dealing with the rest of that for quite some time. So, that's pretty nice. And so, we're gonna, you know, head along. We're not gonna fight the first boss today, I don't think. I mean, we might. We'll have to see. We've actually got a way to go before we get to the first true boss. Torizo does not count. Alright. Those metal doors will only open once you fulfilled a certain condition. Usually, it's killing all the enemies in the room. Now, I'm going to show this off just because it's new to this game. Alright, now in this area, of course, we've got these little guys. Be careful, don't hit them, and if you can avoid it, don't shoot them. Because they provide light. If you kill them, it will get darker. So we come in here, and this is a missile recharge station. New to this game were missile and energy recharge rooms. If you could go in there and get everything refilled immediately. Here, there, you see I killed that guy and it got darker. So you want to be careful. You know, so take short jumps, try not to jump into them because it'll hurt you, but it'll also destroy them. Again, that's one of those places speedrunners tend to avoid, but I wanted to open it up to show it to you guys because, you know, it's kind of they're new and interesting and kind of important. So here we are. Now this is pink Brynstar. I think, you know, it's sort of supposed to look a little like cherry blossoms with the stuff going down in the background. So we come along this way, and of course here we're going to have to bomb through. Later, you will get a much easier way to go. Well, 2 much easier ways to go through this, but that's not now. And, you know, you can run along here. But you see these guys? They're metal scree. Metary, in fact, is their name. And they will, you know, the best way to avoid them is to go past them in Morph Ball mode. Now, you can see by the dot on the map that there is a pickup over there. But we can't do anything about that, just like we can't do anything about that yellow door. So, we'll be back. This is, you know, this is the game that pretty much defined the roots of the Metroidvania genre. So, yes, there's going to be lots of backtracking. But we get more missiles down here, which is nice. And we're gonna go through here. And let's see. We come down here and we get our first new item for this game, the Charge Beam. And if you hold the shoot button, as you can see, you charge up your beam, and you can let go a much larger attack. The other thing is, ow, creep. You see how I glow when I spin jump? If you are at full charge and spin jump, you can do what's called the pseudo screw attack. You will do a certain amount, basically the amount of damage to an enemy that would be done with the charge shot, just by contacting them. If it's enough that you would kill them outright, they die, and you're unharmed. If they're a little tougher than that, well then, you might be in some trouble. But we're going to come through here. As you can see, there is a save room. And I'm going to save because we're going to fight the boss. We're right here. And of course, this is the first episode, so we'd go for a slightly longer time, even if, I wasn't going for probably 30-minute videos with this game. So, let's see here. You want to at least get some interesting stuff in. Alright. Now, meet one of the more annoying enemies in this game, the Key Hunter. They swoop in, which makes them a pain to deal with. And then if you hit them enough, their wings fall off and then they spit acid at you. But one charge shot does take them out, and once they're all dead, we get this. So now we get to come up here, and we get to meet our first true boss. Meet the Spore Spawn. Honestly, I think the best way to deal with him is just to, go into a ball, stand in the corner, go into a ball when he comes near you, and then stand up. Once he opens up, switch to missiles if you can, or just stay in the ball. Stay in the ball with your missiles on, and just dodge these spores. Yeah, and try and pump a few. In fact, this is also a really good place because for the most part, the spores can't hit you. For the most part. And he certainly can't. So just watch. Once he opens, pump a few into him, go back into your ball form. If you run out of missiles, you can shoot the spores and they will give you more. He's a very tedious boss, and speedrunners often like to use the mock ball trick to get super missiles early and skip him through a very, very fiddly very fiddly process. It's not something I could do at all, even if I could mock ball. So, the other thing is that if you run out of missiles and don't want to shoot the spores for more, Charge Beam will, take him down. But it just depends. Yeah, now of course he's... Ow. Stay down. Of course, if you get those... Stay down. If you get if you do get the, Ow. Oh, you can also get energy, of course, if you do this. Ow. Stay down, stay down. Ow. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of being reckless and silly. Mostly trying to get missiles. Yeah, and there he died. He's not difficult, he's tedious. And of course, as you will find happens with almost every boss in this game, once you kill him, you get a bunch of pickups and get refilled a significant amount of energy and missiles. So that was a thing. And now we come through here, and of course, you can refill yourself the rest of the way on missiles. Like that, just from this guy. Energy and missiles if necessary. Watch that. And then when you jump there, you fall down this pit. Yeah. It's a very long, long fall. Kind of like that one in Castlevania 1. But here we get the super missiles. They are the equivalent of 5 missiles. They are the only way to open green doors. Or of course, blocks that are coded purely for super missiles. And, dude, ouch, you're a jerk. And the thing to remember is that they will cause such a strong jerk. They'll cause such a strong shock that they can knock enemies. Oh, that was good. Yeah, they can knock enemies off the ceiling. Yeah, that block is a super missile block. And apparently, if you are careful and have super missiles and shoot from right here, you can shoot a super, and open up that wall, you can shoot a super missile into that wall and get that block and get those super missiles without having to fight Spore Spawn. That, I've seen people do it, and it's pretty amazing. That is nowhere near my level of skill. So, now we've got super missiles, and watch out for these guys. These are Giga. They're particularly annoying because of their not erratic. When they fly straight, and then when they get close to you, they dip, and that can make them hard to predict. But of course we got the side hoppers. Everybody knows side hoppers. They tend to be real pains in the neck. So they are actually called small side hoppers. There are bigger ones. Oh boy, are there bigger ones. And now we come through here, and we're going to come to a structure known to fans as the Noob Bridge. Because if you did not know that there was a run button, that thing would disintegrate under your feet, and you would fall through. And a lot of people got stuck on it because, like I said, run buttons were completely new. So now we are in Brown Brynstar. Be very careful, do not open that, do not shoot that one block, because it will release a rather unpleasant enemy. Again, this is someplace speedrunners tend to ignore, but I like it. It's an energy recharge station, and once it's open, you can use it quite a bit. So we're going to head forward a little more. And here we are. Now for this, you want to jump from there. It's really about the only way to get across at the moment, is to jump from there. The water does mess with your jumping ability. Watch out for this guy. He's called a yapping maw, and if he grabs you, he will do that. He can't hurt you, but he pulls you onto spikes. He always pulls you onto something like spikes. So just, try and stay out of his way and try and kill the cactar. I think that's what it's called. Not with it. There's no U, not like cactar in Final Fantasy. It's just C-A-C-T-A-R, cactar. You'll notice as we come through here that we're actually in a completely different area of the map. And, dude, if we check the map, we're in some place called Meridia. We're not going to see much of Meridia for a while. So we pass through Meridia, and here we are, and we're going to go down. And you should probably recognize the music. Well, no, you won't recognize the music because it is new. But as we come down into this area, you can probably recognize, or at least guess where we are. Yep, welcome to Norfair. And let's see here. I think we're going to get the first upgrade here, and then stop, because we're almost at 30 minutes, and there's another fairly, well, I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see. We're definitely going to get this upgrade. Come through here. Now, if you're careful, let's see, jump fast enough. Dang it. If you go fast enough, you can kill that Sova, and then reshoot this door open. Again, it's a speedrunner's trick, so I don't put a whole lot of, I don't have a whole lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not hugely invested in being able to do it. But if you can do it, it winds up shaving a few seconds off your time. Because metal doors, once they're shot open, they turn into blue doors. They will never be metal again. So, in here you have to wait for that Sova, because he's going to come down. Yeah, see? He starts off, he gets respawned exactly where he was when you entered the room. So you have to wait for him to come down, and then, then kill him so that you can get out. It's little things, but for speedrunners, little things are a huge thing, which is why I'm not a speedrunner. So, we got some missiles, which is nice, and an energy tank, but more importantly, we got the high jump boots. And we're right now at 30 minutes. So, I think we are going to end it off here. And in the next episode, we will go off to fight Kraid. Yeah, seriously. So, save here, and I will see you next time. Have a good day.